So welcome back to this episode of this video, and in this video we are going to learn about higher array methods. Now in the previous video we saw how we can use the for off loop to loop through the properties of an array, but that loop is kind of limited because there are some things that we cannot do with it. So we are going to see some of the higher array method, which is somewhat different from the way you saw using the time we did the for in and for the for off loop. So as the name suggests, higher array method, this method that is built into JavaScript is only used for arrays. Only arrays. So it is not like the for in loop that is used for an object. This one is strictly for what? Arrays. If you use this for an object or any other stuff, you have error. So it must be an array type for it to work. So we are going to learn about this the following, which is for each map, filter, sort, and reduce. So let's begin. Now before we move on to our code, I want to explain something, especially this map and filter and likely sort. You see me using them often in our React. So it's a concept that you should understand because we use them more often in our React. So if you understand them now, it'll be easier for you. So these are the loops that I recommend, or that is recommended for you to use when you're working with arrays, because you don't need to put any conditions. It does the condition for you, so your application will never crash. But if I thought you want to use the primitive loop that we learned in the last video, you have to be very, very careful about your condition and the increment, because if those two things are not correct, then you're sure to have errors that can damage your PC depending on its processing power. So let's dive into our code. So again, I want to move this inside a function so that it does not run. So I'll do Ctrl X, move this function loops. So that's a bit about functions. They don't run on their own. It's only when you want them to run that they will run. So all this code, they are just there, so they will not run. So at this point we want to learn about higher array methods. So higher array methods. So like the name suggests, it is used for an array. So let's say I have the following arrays. So let me say let ages be equal to, let's say 30, or let's put 20, 99, 175, 969, 950, 45, and 2. So let's have this as our default age. Then let's have another array. So let fruits be equal to apple, grape, orange, So let's the last one. Let's use banana. So we have these two arrays. So let's use a higher order array to loop through it. So this is it. So we use the for each. So the for each is kind of advanced. So to use this array method to loop through the items of these edges, what I need to do is I'll put edges dot for each. Then I'll put age equal to, so this is my arrow function. Then sorry, I'll put console.log age. Now if I save this, you see that I have all these edges inside. Now what if I want to filter out all the even edges and put them inside sorry, excuse me, inside a new array? So let's say let's even edges be equal to this, an empty array. So what I need to do here is this. I'll say if so I'll say if, remember how we test for even numbers. So I will say edges age modulus 2. If it is equal to 0, means it is what? Even. Then I can do what? Do even edges dot push age, so that at the end of this loop, if I come down here and do console.log even edges, I'll see a list of arrays that includes 20, 950 and 2. So if I save that, you see that 20, 950 and 2. So the for loop is nice, but only that when you want to filter something, you cannot. You have to do this manipulation before it does that. But to avoid this, we can use the filter to easily do that. So let's use the filter. So we can say let even edges or even age is, remember that this one is small even and this one is big even, so it should not conflict. JavaScript is case sensitive. So let even edges be equal to edges dot filter, then I'll put my age through my arrow function. So I'll say if age, I'll put my condition modulus 2 is equal to 0. So this is a shorthand. So this is actually part of year 6. So if the statement is in one line, it knows to return it. So if I do a console.log even edges, you notice I'll still have the same thing twice. So which is more easier and cleaner? Is it to use the filter or to use the map? Or to use it for each. You see that because the filter is built to do a filtering job, you see how neat it is. very neat than this lengthy length of code. So now we now move to the map. Now the map is used when you want to manipulate the array and return a new version of the array. So it does not alter the original array, but it just returns a new version for you. So let's say that I want to multiply all the number in ages by what? 2. So I can do that using map. So I will say ages dot map. So map is used for manipulation of an array. So I'll put age. Now it's just a convention that in web programming, that if you're using an array that is what? Plural ages, then when you're using the higher array the method, you use a singular, but this can be anything. So I'll use each for you. So it can be anything. That's just the convention. Then I wanna put return each times 2. So this return each times 2. Now I have to save it up. Double ages. So I have to put this let double ages, double angels, double ages. So let double ages equal to this. So if I do my console.log double ages, you notice it will be a multiple of 2. So 2 times 20 is this, 2 times this, so just like that to the end. And the last one is 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. So this is how we use the first 3 higher array method. Remember, the forEach can easily be used to loop through an array easily. But if you need to do a filtering job with the array, then you use the filter. Then if you need to manipulate the array and get a new version of that manipulation, you use the map function or the map method. So the next one now is the sort. So let's say we want to sort this fruit array into alphabetical order. So we want them to be sorted into alphabetical order. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and O. So if we do that, it will be sorted in alphabetical order. So let's see how simple that is. So we use the sort. So you need to sort an array, you use the sort. So let's sorted fruit be equal to fruits dot sort. Just as simple as this. And if I do my console.log sorted fruits, notice the fruits now has been sorted. So you see apple, banana, grape, and what? Orange. But is this as simple as this in sorting a number? So let's try to sort a number like the ages. So let's put sorted ages, and let's try ages. So sorted ages. Let's see if this will give us the required output. Sorted ages. So let's see if it will give us maybe something like this. So let's say for console.log ages. So if we save, we are going to see that we have 75, 2, 20, 45. We have 950, which is, so is this one ascending order or descending order? We don't know. So this is the original version. Then it looks like it's returning back what we have. So this has not been sorted. So in order for us to sort a number correctly, we have to add 2 more parameters or something inside the sort array. So we have our A and B. Then we'll now say A minus B. So I think A minus B means we want to sort in ascending order. Then B minus A means we want to sort in descending order. So what it does is, in this A, it will check like A minus B. So this minus this, if it is a negative number, then to know that this is bigger and this is smaller, so this one will come front and this one will go back. Then it will now come to the next one, this minus this. So it does this systematically until it gets all the positive number and all the negative number, and at the end of the process, it will now present to you a number that had been sorted correctly based on their weight, not based on the first unit. So like you see in this one now, the way it's sorting it, if I come to this array now and put 11 somewhere here, then put something like 15 somewhere here, notice how it will sort it now. Notice it will put here 2, 11, 15. So in its eyes now, 2 is smaller, yes, which is 2, 11, 15, 20. But if you notice, okay, we've applied the right sort, so that's why it's working. So this has worked. But if I comment this out, where is it? So if I comment this out to Z, or if I cut this out and save, notice that it will not arrange it. So this one is not 11, 15, 2, and this. And here is also returning 11, 15, 2, 20, this and this. So you don't know whether this is ascending order or descending order. But if we bring back this A minus B, then now this is an arrow function. So it is shorter to write in situations like this. So you notice that this is now sorting it in ascending order. Then if you want to sort it in descending order, just like I explained, you have to put B minus A. So that means 969 will be the first, and to descend to 2. So that is how we sort an alphabet and a number in JavaScript for an array. So the last part of this video is the reduce. So let's say the numbers in this ages array, let's assume that it is the number of prices in a cart in an e-commerce shop, and let's say you want to add those, the person want to check out and you want to know the total number of, or the total price that the person will pay to check out the product. So let's say, for example, Jumia or Oracle e-commerce site. So you don't need to write your own function. There is already a function built in by JavaScript to do that work. So we want to reduce it. So we'll use this one. So let's say let added ages be equal to So we say ages dot reduce. Again, we have our bracket A minus B. Then inside here, we want to have A plus equal to what? B. Now you remember this compound operator. So it means that A, so each time, so what it will do now, it will come here and say A plus B, which is this, then this plus this, which is, so that's how to do it until the end. So if I come down here and say consider log added ages, I'll have a definite number, which is 2,286. It can be naira, it can be dollar, it can be any unit. So this is how we use the higher order array methods. And in the next video, which is the last for this week, we are going to learn about algorithms. So we are going to learn about the power of algorithm. So see you in the next video.